On January 21, 2017, millions of American women marched against President Donald J. Trump, who had been inaugurated the day before. He is, of course, an abortion prohibitionist who said he would outlaw abortion and punish women who had had one, condemning millions of women to de facto sexual slavery. During his presidential campaign, Trump had insulted both specific women and women in general. He eventually was exposed as a boorish serial sexual predator. Trump is just one more patriarch, one more guy who wants to dominate everyone in his world. Now, not all men are power-mad patriarchs, but the ones at the top of government, military, religious, academic, and other major institutions usually are. It's time women who understand the true patriarchal agenda to get together and challenge the supremacist ideology of patriarchy. We also must challenge the supremacism which arises from the overconfidence of men who think supremacy over women is just a stepping stone to racial, religious, and nationalist supremacism. These are my videos and photos of the Women's March on Washington in D.C. itself. It was one of the largest protest marches ever in the city. And as the photos and videos show, there are a lot of women who are fed up with patriarchy. They call for respect, for an end to sexual assault, for liberty and equality, for peace and nonviolence. And they call for recreating the world with women as equal co-creators of a new world. In any case, that's how I describe women's ultimate demand. Washington Post artists and editors got confused about the difference between a male and a female symbol on their newspaper cover. Women weren't fooled or discouraged by this slight. Millions around the country demanded respect. A number of women created signs with "Don't tread on me," with a snake-like uterus as a symbol of resistance. Women mocked the president who had boasted a few years before about grabbing pussy. They made it clear through pussy hats and pussy-themed outfits and signs that they were not intimidated by verbal or physical threats by such men. We let the president know it. Women called for liberty and equality, especially reproductive freedom against religious conservatives. Many conservatives oppose not only abortion, but contraception. They want women sexually repressed by fear of pregnancy and forced to give birth to more workers and more troops. Many also want women less competitive with men for the good jobs so many women are taking today. Controlling women's reproduction is the ultimate control of women, and great practice for controlling other men, whole nations, and the world. Basic to the psychology of patriarchy is that men must use violence against women and other males to prove their manhood, to prove that they are a real man. Patriarchal states want the most menacing police forces and the biggest and most aggressive militaries. They want the most murderous weapons capable of killing millions or even billions of humans. Alt-right, conservative, neoconservative, neoliberal, and even some progressive males support war for democracy or war against terrorism. Some even call them humanitarian wars. I call all wars war for male ego. United States military and political leaders have launched preemptive conventional wars, boasted of nuclear superiority, and convinced Russia and other nations that a nuclear first-strike attack upon them is possible if they do not bow to U.S. supremacy. Such nuclear threats heighten the possibility of accidental nuclear war through miscalculation or technical error. Unfortunately, too few women protested these horrors at the march. The fiery women's energy seen in all these photos already is being co-opted and channeled to support more power and control for the patriarchal elites who run corporate, bureaucratic, and even deep state hierarchies. Even progressives are often quick to take the side of their male compatriots if women become too aggressive in calling out problematic male words, actions, and bids for power. These men promise equal rights, but often do them lip service. They promise expanding social welfare benefits, but these are unsustainable. Women must not forget the anger they felt at the disrespect they got from one patriarch who took power. We have to understand the supremacist patriarchal agenda. We must not fall for false promises that their patriarchal states will provide us with safety and security. We must challenge their real agenda of violence, war, and supremacy. Happily, there are visions of a world without patriarchal violence and with liberty and equality. Ones where competing individuals and groups reconcile their conflicting visions of truth through nonviolent means. Visionaries who have described such a world may label themselves Gandhian, pacifist, anarchist, decentralist, libertarian, green, or bioregionalist. But all are far more accepting of women becoming co-creators of a new world than the patriarchs who control our militaries and nation-states today. Check out their alternatives. Challenge patriarchy. Don't be co-opted by patriarchy.
Left, right, women!